It's fun. It's fun. Obviously, it's always, it's great for the fans to get to see Golden State after, everything they've accomplished, how great they are, and then obviously the Lakers have made a staple of being here in Vegas, so that's always great as well. All right, Jordan, see y'all tomorrow. Man.
Yes, sir.
So it was a great night. Great night for the NBA, great night for Vegas.
Able to add Zoe tonight?
Say it again?
Able to add Zoe tonight?
Oh, yeah. We're trying to get full, man. And Zoe is our last piece to get full. So, we happy to have Zoe out there, man. The way he play, his pace, everything that he do. You ain't got to be quiet. You can talk. What he brings to the game, man, he's just, guys want to play with him. So it's dope.
LeBron, that didn't look or feel much like a preseason game, especially in the first quarter. Why not?
I just think both teams are just trying to, sharpen their swords and getting ready for the regular season. But both teams are getting higher, energetic, run the floor extremely well, share the ball extremely well, and just try to, play the game the right way.
Of the 5 preseason games you guys played, statistically that seemed to be your best one. Why do you think this was your best game so far in the preseason as a team?
Because it was our next game, and we've been practicing very well. It's the next game, and we want to try to continue to implement what we've been doing in practice to a game situation. I think we did that tonight.
Lonzo's first chance to play with you guys, and first time he joked with us on the radio, it's the first time you and him have ever been on the same team.
Yep.
What did you see with him? How do you think he did?
I thought those first few minutes was definitely rough on his wind, getting back in the game situation. But he settled in. His ability to see the floor, his ability to push the ball, and his athleticism, as which you've seen, on the lob catch from myself, and then just defensively, some very, very quick hands. So it's great to have him back on the floor.
I was really impressed with the pace. What did you see in terms of the pace? And
I think the most impressive thing, besides a few of them, we didn't turn the ball over as much as even with the pace that we were playing. That we want to play fast, we want to continue to have low turnover games, and I think we did a great job of that tonight.
What kind of timing and I guess connection or understanding one another's game does it take to throw an alley-oop like you did to Lonzo in the second quarter?
It doesn't take much. It takes execution. It took a great back screen by Kuz. It took Lance doing what he needed to do on the slide, going to the strong corner. And then when you got an athletic point guard like that, it's just my job to put it up there for him to go get it. And he was able to go do that.
Have you seen that kind of athleticism from Zoe in practice, or was this really the first time you saw it kind of fully unleashed in the game?
No, I think we've all seen it since he was in high school, I believe, right?
you took after the shot right before halftime, you stood there for a few seconds, looked at the net, and then looked out at the crowd. Was there anything? What was going through your mind, if anything?
Just end the half the right way. You know, and the crowd, they showed up tonight. I guess they love the Lakers, they love the Warriors, and they showed their appreciation for the game tonight. So that was my appreciation for them.
So much history between you and Steph and Clay and KD. Was there any conversation between the four of you, and what was it like for you to go up against them in a different uniform?
No, not much conversations, but the mutual respect is always there. Obviously, my relationship with KD goes a little bit deeper, but I've known Steph for a long time, and being able to compete with Clay, that mutual respect will always be there, and so it's fun to get back on the floor versus.
Brandon, first thing I want to ask you about, just the vibe, the team. It's the first time that you guys all had a chance to actually get the full rotation on the court. What it looked like to you?
It looked really good for the first time that we were on the court today. It was really fun to play basketball like that with guys running the basketball floor, knocking down shots, getting steals and deflections. It was really fun to play like that.
Hey, something that you've done now, 2 out of the last 3 games, really get to the foul line a lot. 17 attempts tonight, 15 against Sacramento. What's going into that for you, and how important is it?
Just the way the refs are calling the basketball game. I think you're making an adjustment. I think coming into this game, kind of rushed some shots, didn't get the feel that I wanted to, picked up 2 early fouls, and I knew I had to come in and be effective. And the way the refs are calling the basketball game, it was easy for me to get to the free throw line, and I just had to have the confidence to knock them down.
What does having Lonzo back in the rotation add for you guys?
It's a different dynamic. We have another passing guard, and Lonzo Ball with Rondo and LeBron James, so it just adds another piece. It adds another piece. He's more confident this year, and he's going to be really good.
What was it like playing alongside LeBron and watching that first half that he had here, Brandon?
It was good. He does some things on the basketball floor that a lot of people can't do, and he finds people. He puts people in the right in the right spot. I wish I would have had a better first quarter for him, but as we continue to grow, we learn from each other, and we're going to keep going.
Last thing for you quickly, what's the one thing you guys want to shore up? Just one preseason game left. You're starting a week in Portland.
Continue to work on our defense. Continue to work on our defense, getting in that passing lane, noticing coverages and actually doing them. We got to communicate, be on the same page at all times, and just continue to do it.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Good talk. Yeah. All right, Lonzo, you always hear that there's nothing that replicates an actual NBA game for just how much energy it takes. So how did you feel walking right into that game, which is pretty fast from the start?
After the first quarter, I thought I was good. First quarter, I was a little winded. After that, it was all good.
Yeah, LeBron and several other guys said they were impressed with how you were able to just be in this condition right away. You talked about it a couple times, but did you feel like that was something did you focus particularly on that, knowing that you weren't going to be able to do much on the actual court?
As much as I could. Like you said, you can't really get a good feeling of what the game's going to be like unless you get into it. So, like I said, after the first quarter, I thought I was pretty good.
What stood out the most with you in this game, whether from your new teammates or from some of the guys you played with last year?
I thought our defense was a lot better than it has been in the preseason. That's why we got the win tonight. We always have fun playing together. Just the guys we have, how much talent we have. So defense is what we got to focus on.
The alley-oop from LeBron. Have you guys done that before, even in a practice?
Like I said, that's my first time playing on his team, but that's my play. I learn all the time, and put it up there for me.
Luke draw that out of the timeout, get you a look?
Yeah, usually we run it. Timeouts, like I said, that's my call.
What did you think of that first half generally, but especially with LeBron and just the various plays he was making and the pace? How did that feel for you on the court?
You gotta, when you play with LeBron, you gotta make sure you keep playing because he's easy to watch. Much stuff as he does. He had a monster first half. He's best player in the world. That's what he does. But we gotta keep focusing. Keep doing our job.
What do you made of Ingram and Kuzma's improvements over the season, or the offseason, I should say?
Yeah, looks like he just grew up. He's his own man now. He's all-star in his league. And then Kuz, his second year, he had a monster rookie year. Now he wants to come back and do even better than that.
Hey, Luke, that play in the first half, LeBron, when Looney was on his arm and he finished this up, did that remind you of yourself when you were a player a little bit?
No, it's impressive. He's an impressive player, but I was most impressed with the pace we played with the first half. I think it showed what we're capable of as a team if we run as a team. Because we were taking the ball out. It didn't matter who it was getting thrown ahead to. We were attacking the rim and putting pressure on their defense. So that'll continue to get better, especially as we continue to get better at defense. But that was my favorite part of the first half was the pace we played with.
That was the first time you've had your whole actual unit, right, with Lonzo being able to come in, and he came in early with the fouls. What do you think was the reason, though, overall you were able to get to that pace you've been looking to get to?
It takes effort and commitment. You got to be. You have to want to play at that pace, and we had a commitment from everyone on our team before training camp that that's who we're going to be. So obviously every night's not going to look like that, but I think it was a good visual for the guys to see what we're capable of when we take the ball out of the net quickly and throw it ahead, when we get stops and we're looking ahead instead of just dribbling it up ourselves. We had a lot of dangerous weapons that can attack the rim.
Ingram got to the foul line 17 times tonight, I think 15 against Sacramento. What does that do for you, and what does that do for his game?
Well, it's nice, obviously, as to be a great scorer in this league. You got to be a pretty good free throw shooter, and you got to get to the line a lot. So we're encouraging him to be aggressive, but we also need him, to continue to move the ball. When the defense has done a good job of loading up, but he gets to the line like that, he's a very good player.
Asked you about that Laker team.
Oh man, they beat us. That's what impressed me.
Yeah.
They moved the ball well.
How do you adjust with the emphasis on calling offensive fouls?
Luckily for us, we have another preseason game, so just go out there and play without reaching. Just play vertical. It's very hard to do because they're great with their hands, but just gotta play vertical. They're pretty bad. It's all right. It'll heal pretty quick.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. Just got scratched.